Hello everyone. So in this session, we are going to discuss cloud computing overview and AWS core technologies. So let's now understand what AWS will offer core services. So AWS will offer these core of services like compute services, storage services, database services, security, management, networking services. These are core services which will offer by the AWS. So AWS has several building block infrastructure services in which each of the compute service, storage, database, security, management, and network category. So you can check here AWS will offer one compute service. Let's first we understand the compute service. Actually, compute service that will offer by the AWS basically helps to develop, deploy, run and scale workload in the AWS cloud. So if you want to deploy or scale any workload in AWS cloud, that service is called as a compute service, AWS compute service. So first we are going to understand Amazon EC2 service. So first we are going to understand what is a Amazon EC2 service. So what is the EC2 service? Yes, no, in AWS. So EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud, Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. So it is a web service. Yes, no, we can say. So what is the Amazon EC2? Let's understand. So EC2 stands for Amazon Elastic Compute Service that provide scalable computing capacity in the Amazon service. It means, guys, suppose if you want to launch any server, so if you want to create any server on your premises, you need to purchase hardware, software, as no lot of money you need to spend. And now you can set up, you can provision any server in the cloud, in AWS cloud using the EC2 service. So EC2 is a service that helps, yes, no, to create and manage virtual server in the cloud. So AWS will offer one service like EC2 service. EC2 service, guys, allows user to create, manage virtual server in the cloud. If you want to create virtual server, what means virtual? Virtual means it means that you are creating in the cloud. You are not purchasing, you are not managing physically. So if you want to create any virtual server and manage in the cloud in AWS, so you can use EC2 service for that. So AWS offer EC2 service to creating and managing virtual server in the cloud. So using Amazon EC2 service, you can eliminate, say you need to invest in the hardware upfront. You can develop and deploy application faster. You can use Amazon EC2 to launch as many as few virtual server as you need. You can configure security and networking. You can configure. You can manage storage. Amazon EC2 enables you to scale up and scale down, handle changes in the requirements also. So let's understand, yes, no, some feature and how we can use, yes, no, Amazon EC2 service to create and manage virtual service. So there are several benefit, elasticity, controls, yes, no, flexibility, integrated. There are several reliable, secure. So there are several benefit, cost effective and very easy. So when you are using Amazon, yes, no, EC2 service to creating, yeah, managing the virtual server in the cloud, so then you can specify instance type. So first we need to understand what is the instance terminology. List we need to understand some terminology also. So just like when you use the EC2 service, there is a one terms come into the picture. What is the instance in AWS? So instance is nothing, guys, you can call as a virtual server that you can use to run application in the cloud. So what is the instance, guys? So we can say instance is nothing. Instance is a virtual server. It means that virtual server you are creating and you can use that virtual server to run application in the cloud. So you can use instance to run compute service. So while you creating an instance, there are the instance type. There are different type of instance type. You can select general purpose, memory optimized, storage optimized, accelerated computing, compute optimized. So instance type, guys, nothing. Instance type only determine the hardware of the underlying host computer on which EC2 instance are launched. Whatever EC2 instance you are going to launch, so for that EC2 instance, whatever underlying hardware you have required, so what is your hardware configuration is required. Sometimes you have required more highly configured machine, a lot of CPU, yes, no, lot of storage, lot of RAM you require, lot of storage required. As per your needs, yes, no, you can select any one of the instance type. So general purpose instance type actually you can use for any general purpose requirement. So general purpose instance will provide a balance of compute, memory, networking resources. This instance family would not be the best choice for the application. In the scenario, just compute instance are more well suitable for batch processing. Suppose you have required batch processing workload where you're doing lot of batch processing tasks. In that case, general purpose is not required. But general purpose is suitable for small business requirement. There you can use general purpose. So then we have memory instance. We have different type of instance. Memory instance actually more ideal when you are having large data set in memory. When you have want to process large data set, then you can use memory instance. And storage instance you can use when you have required huge, yes, in your data is huge, you have required lot of data set, you require lot of space to store a data, there you can use storage instance. So memory instance, yes, no, compute instance, memory optimized. So compute instance you can use when you require batch processing. Storage, yes, no, is suitable when you have lot of data and you require lot of space to store a data. Then second thing, you have instance type we have discussed, yes, no, and then comes one more thing, instance family. Each instance type here provides several general family, instance family. Instance family comes in the form like T1, T2, yes, no? These are instance family. The instance family. Instance family is nothing just like a configuration, yes, no? Just like suppose if you are selecting T2, yes, no, it will show how many CPU, yes, no? How many RAM is available in this family, you can select. So there are different type of instance family. Okay, so what is the use of EC2 service? EC2 service basically helps, yes, no, you're allowed to create virtual server in the cloud. So in simple terms, if you someone is asked, yes, no, in very simple terms, what is the EC2 service? So EC2 service basically used to create and manage virtual, we can say virtual server in the cloud, in the cloud. You can create and manage virtual server in the cloud using the EC2 service. And EC2 service, while you are using to create, yes, no, any virtual server, that is called instance. So one more terminology you need to remember, what is the instance. So instance is nothing, guys. We can say an instance, if someone is asking, what is an instance, so we can say instance is nothing, is a virtual server. It is a virtual server that you can use to run the application in the cloud. This means it is a server that you can use to run application in the cloud. That is called instance. And now if someone is asking instance type, so instance type is nothing, we can say in simple term, we can say instance type is a combination of hardware, yes, no? So let's now we give highlight points here. What the instance type? So instance type, we can say it is a combination of, yes, no, your CPU, yes, no, CPU, memory, CPU, memory, storage, yes, no, storage, and networking capability. In simple term, we can say networking capabilities. So I hope you get the idea, yes, no, what is the EC2 service that will be offered by the AWS. EC2 service used to create and manage virtual server in the cloud. Okay, next session we'll show the demo how we can use EC2 service to create and manage virtual server. I hope it's clear. Thank you.